subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
Namaste, konnichiwa. Welcome to the Nupur Tiwari Show. Let's talk business. And today we have very special guest with us. And he is none other than Mr. Sandeep Marwa. He is the founder president at Asian Academy of Film and Television. And he is the founder president also at Marwa Studio. He is the cultural ambassador of 58 countries. And 30 years ago, he added the word film tourism in dictionary. Mr. Marwa, welcome to the Nupur Tiwari Show. Let's talk business.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
I'm very good, and thank you so much for your time and especially for your precious time. We all know how busy you are.
Thank you.
So, here a lot of people, definitely young generation, they want to go into filmmaking, film business. So we all would like to know, how did you start and how to enter in this business?
Well, if you ask me, I'll go back to my school and college days where I've been actually quite active in all the co-curricular activities. I've been, I must say, grown up, surrounded by some very important people in town. I'm a resident of Delhi, but I started my career as a theater artist. Slowly and gradually, I jumped to a professional theater and then to television and then ultimately to cinema. So way back in 1986, I designed a film city for North India. That was a first film city for North India, fourth in the country. And I almost declared a madman because nobody believed me that something like that can be happened in this part of the world. Well, to my good luck, 87, the project got its clearance, 88 allotments were made, and 1991, I started my own studio under the name and banner of Marwa Studios at Noida Film City. I'm very happy that Noida Film City today is the fastest growing film city in the world today. The best part is that this is a 100-acre complex, 75 acres outdoor, 25 acres indoor, 16 studios. And out of 16 studios, 350 channels are being broadcast to 162 countries, 24/7. And around 17,000 media professionals, they're working in this campus in 3 shifts of 8 hours each. And the cascading effect is that around 150,000 people, they are earning their bread because of this film city. So I'm very happy. God has been very kind, I must say that. And what I thought of, what I dreamt of is now right in front of my eyes. And I think what more I can think of, and I'm so happy that I could do something for the nation. But this was not enough. Being a promoter, I had to have my own studio first in the row. And I'm happy that we established our Marwa Films and Video Studio in 1991. And now in a span of all these 30 years, we have churned out around about 4,500 television programs for more than 50 channels. I'm associated with around about 125 feature films, around about 5,000 training films. And my production company has made something like 3,000 short films where we have been able to give opportunity to more than 10,000 young, enthusiastic filmmakers from more than 100 countries of the world. So this is a small story beginning from here.
I've been listening to you and I'm thinking, like, how can you do so many things? Like, it takes lifetime, and within few years, I would say, yeah, for business only few years. 91, you started your Marwa Studio. So how difficult was it, or how easy was it?
See, first of all, it's very important to have a passion. You have to love your business. That's very important, because if you love your business, then you don't get tired. And second very important thing is that you should not leave any opportunity. You have to grab the opportunities. and explore them, discuss them, and then and put some kind of a hard work so that you can actually bring all those opportunity back into the system. That's very important. And you just cannot be lazy in these kind of projects. You cannot have a laid back attitude in these kind of works. So I think I've been on my toes for all these years, and I'm lucky that I managed to get some wonderful people in my life. I'm very happy that I have a wonderful staff, and my workers, my co-workers, and I'm happy that we all are very motivated group of people, and that's the reason that we've been able to do something like this.
So you said that you were very motivated. So what is the best thing which motivates you?
See, the best part is that I have always believed in small targets. I've never make big targets. I know that I have to climb the Mount Everest, but then my first target is to climb up to 3,000, 4,000 feet. So if you have a small targets, you are in a position, because then you are putting all your energy to achieve those small targets. And once you have achieved, it brings back a lot of enthusiasm, excitement, energy, and definitely motivation back to you. You know that now from here, you have to go to the next stage. And the same kind of exercise, same kind of energy you're putting in, and you're bound to be a successful, trust me, that's what is needed. But when you make that, oh, I have to climb straight to Himalayas, on the top Mount Everest, and you've started to climb that, probably it's difficult. And you need breaks. Nothing is easy in life, that's for sure. But then I have learned that nothing is impossible also. If you have a zest, if you have enthusiasm, if you know your job, if you're hardworking, because there is no alternate to hard work, you're bound to be successful. That's what I believe in. So always carry a positive attitude, a very positive thinking, which will bring you that kind of a motivation.
So I can feel that positivity, even so many miles away, thousands of 6,000, 7,000 miles away. I can see that, feel that positivity and that passion. Actually, when you started, you said people actually thought you were a madman. So when you proved yourself, what really people say? What did people say?
See, I'm happy people, the same people who must have accused me, abused me, harassed me, humiliated me, they are the people who are now coming back to me with the awards. And I'm happy that my organization so far has received more than 900 awards from all over the world, and which is very encouraging, which is very supporting, which is very motivating, because every award brings back to you excitement, a lot of love and affection, but side by side also a great responsibility towards human race, towards nation, and towards your own industry.
Exactly. Since you're talking about the awards, you are also organizing many awards. So if you just can tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, see, I think it comes automatically. When I've been getting so many awards from different parts of the world, then I decided it's very important to honor all those people who've been actually looking for it, or they are entitled for, but still not managed to get one. And that's how we got into it. I started a Hindi Cinema Samman Samaro. It's a biggest award for Hindi film industry in Bombay at Vigyan Bhavan in New Delhi. And we honor 30, all those people who have contributed enough through Hindi cinema for the promotion of mother tongue Hindi. That's one. Then we have a Dr. Sarojini Naidu International Award for Working Women, for all those women who have put in a lot into their work, and they have proved themselves. They have done their businesses or profession single-handedly and spent large number of years into the profession. They are entitled for this kind of award, and also who have been socially inclined and giving their time for social upliftment and helping humanity. Then there is another third award which we started. It's called Atal Bihari Vajpayee National Award for Promotion of Art and Culture. This is after the name of our former Prime Minister, and who himself was an artist and a poet. And these Atal Bihari Vajpayee Award we give to all those people who have contributed a lot to art and culture. It can be theater, it can be a fine arts or a performing arts kind of a thing, or a literature, whatever. And this is how we are working. And we're very happy. Then there are one award which is after the name of my own father, Suraj Prakash Marwa, Sahitya Ratan Award. That's for the upcoming known people who have done commendable work in literature. And so this is how we try to promote people, because these are very important, actually, part of the business, you can say, or a very important part of the day-to-day affairs. Because one award can change the life. I know that much I know that for sure.
So this is the way also you are giving back to the society, because you understand how important to be appreciated.
Definitely, but we have many more things on the social side. We have a large interest in disability, and we have schools for special children. We conduct a festival for films on disability. Then we have around 12 schools running, around 800 children who are learning free of cost. They're all unprivileged children from the slums. And we are providing them a school education so that these kids can do well in life. So, I mean, these are the things. Actually, there's a lot what we're trying to get into.
Incredible thing. What I can say that incredible things you're doing for the society, and so huge way you're giving back to the society. Now I'm just changing a subject a little bit. I'm coming back to Japan, and Japanese, they do invest in different sector, but they never thought of investing in film. So I would like to this message, I just want to reach to Japanese investor and those who really want to do something in film in India. So how risky is it? They think that it is not a very good idea. So what would be your suggestion for them?
First of all, it's very important to know that film is one of the best and the biggest way to entertain a human heart and mind. Very important, because film itself is a bundle of emotions. In India, we have the largest film industry in the world. We make something like 2,000 films in 28 languages every year. We have something like 10,000 theaters in the country, and around about, let's say, 15 million people watch cinema every day. And we sell something like 5 billion tickets every year. And media and entertainment industry is the sixth biggest industry in India. Now you can well imagine how big is the industry in India when I'm talking about films and television. Yes, it is very important, and I think it's a myth for someone that film is a risky business or film is not a good business. Now these all things are over. They are over with time. Today, in a very scientific way, you can actually create a film, you can make a film, because the size of the film has already been reduced from 3 hours to 2 hours to now almost 90 minutes is the new definition of a feature film. So that means you're almost half the cost. Second, very important thing is that the avenues to project your product, your piece of art is ample. Not only theaters, unfortunately, theaters were closed down during pandemic, but they have opened now. And there are, like, for example, in India, we have 900 channels. And out of which, if I'm not wrong, there are about 100 channels which show feature films every day. So you can, if one film, if it's a good film, mind you, that's very important, that you have to, if you're getting into it, you have to make a good film with good subject. And star cut sometimes doesn't even matter. So if your subject is good, you can sell your film to many channels. Now the best part is that the OTT channels, which is a new thing again, and then another 55 new OTT channels have suddenly emerged during pandemic. So there's another new avenue for selling your product other than the regular traditional way of releasing your film on theaters. So I think if you go systematically, if you go in a proper way after learning about cinema, you're bound to be successful. Yes, it is possible that you may not make a big money in just one go, because the film is to be liked by the audience, not by you, only you and me. It is to be liked by the audience. So larger the audience is loving your film, the bigger the revenue you're going to get. That's for sure.
Wonderful. Definitely, I would try my best that what you said, it should reach to all the Japanese people who really think that is a risky business and they don't want to put money there. So now with I can see, as I said earlier also, I can see that passion, that positivity still you have. Like, I feel that when you started your life, and same thing you have today also. So for today's generation who really want to start their business, and they're thinking, and the people are saying that it is not a good thing, that you should not go for it. So what would be your suggestion? Like, the young generation, they are following their passion and their heart, and their surroundings are saying that you are doing something, it is not going to happen, it is impossible, or you're mad, like the people said to you. So what would be your suggestion for them?
No, I think it's very important to follow your passion, follow your love, and the things which you are attracted for. And why not? Because you are bound to work hard, your energy will be double, and you're bound to be successful. That's very important. This is, I mean, I disagree with people who say that you don't have to follow your passion. No, that's, I mean, imagine till I started my own university or a film school or a school of arts for art and culture education or for creative arts. I mean, people were, well, just struggling. They were just looking how to enter into the industry. There was no much weight to tell them how to get into the industry, the creative industries. But I'm happy that I'm here now for almost 28 years, and we have churned out something like 19,000 media professionals, or let's say artists or creative people from this institution in different segments. And the best part is that all of them are doing very well. And trust me, this institution has given largest number of celebrities to the country. One single institution and largest number of celebrities from one single institution. What more I can say? My institution is a case study in 27 countries of the world, including UCLA. So, I mean, people must understand what I'm talking here and what we're doing here from last 30 years. Very important. We are just following our passion, following our love.
So this is such an inspiration for all the youngsters who are starting their life and following their passion. So definitely, at last, we would love to know your future projects, your dreams, because definitely here you're not going to stop, because I can see that I'm just starting again all over.
Well, you're absolutely right, because I feel that once you have achieved a target A, you have to have a target B. And probably I must have completed half of the alphabets still there. So I have to reach to Z. And we've started a university. We're working on this university wholeheartedly. And recently, during pandemic, we have worked out and we have started a new setup. It's called AAFT Online. Now, all the creative courses are going to be online very soon. We have already started the school. We have already enrolled a large number of students into these courses, which is again a separate entity. Then I'm also working on one or two new projects, which probably I'll let you know next time.
So when are you coming to Japan?
Well, I would love to be there. I'm trying to be there from a very long time. A very dear friend of mine is already settled there. He must have invited me for at least 100 times. And if not this year, probably next year, I'm definitely going to be in Japan.
Thank you so much. And we all will be waiting for you here in Japan.
Thank you very much, Nupur. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time and for your energy and passion. And I grabbed all of them. Now I'm going to start.
Lovely.
Thank you so
That's
much.
fine.
Thank you for your time and
Pleasure.
namaste.
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.